So imagine being able to run practically any AI model you can dream up. We're talking image generation, creating music, even cloning a voice, and all of it with just one single API call. That's really the big promise of a platform called Replicate. It's designed to just get rid of all the technical nightmares so that anyone can get their hands on thousands of powerful AI models. Let's dig into how it actually solves one of the biggest headaches in AI today. Okay, if you're a developer or, any kind of creator, you have definitely felt this pain. You find this incredible new model on GitHub, you get super excited about all the possibilities, and then, boom, you spend the next, 8 hours just trying to get the darn thing to run on your own computer. It is such a common frustration, and it's the exact problem Replicate was built to fix. And this whole frustration, it really turns into this nightmare loop. First, you've got to find and download the right model weights. Then, the big one, you got to set up these super expensive GPUs. After that, you're tossed right into what everyone lovingly calls dependency hell. You're trying to match the exact right versions of Python and PyTorch and CUDA and like a dozen other libraries. And hey, even if you manage to get it all working, you still have to keep it all updated and maintained. It's basically a full-time job. So, how in the world do you get out of this infrastructure mess? Well, I think the absolute best way to understand Replicate is with a really simple analogy. You can think of it as the Uber Eats for artificial intelligence. Yeah, this comparison just hits the nail on the head. See, on one side, trying to host an AI model yourself is like cooking some fancy gourmet meal completely from scratch. You've got to go buy all the ingredients, get all the right kitchen gear, learn a super complex recipe, and then you have to clean up the entire mess when you're done. Now, using Replicate, that's like opening up an app, ordering exactly what you're in the mood for, having it made by expert chefs, and getting it delivered right to your door, all ready to go. All that hard work is just done for you. That's a great analogy, for sure. But how does Replicate actually work? Under the hood, what's really happening when you make that simple API call? Well, the whole thing actually boils down to a surprisingly simple process. The whole workflow is just clean. It breaks down into 3 simple steps. First, you just find the model you want to use in Replicate's huge library. Second, you call their API using this really simple, consistent format that, by the way, works for every single model on their platform. And third, you get your results back, whether that's a picture or a sound file or just text. That's it. Seriously. No setup, no configuration headaches. Now, at the heart of all this is what they call the model marketplace. And this isn't just a couple of popular models. No, we're talking about a massive, community-driven library with thousands of options for pretty much any task you can think of. From the big industry standards like Stable Diffusion, all the way to some really niche, experimental models. They're all right there, ready to run in an instant. So how do you pay for all this magic? Well, this is where it gets really, really good, especially for experimenting. It's a pure pay-per-use model. You only get billed for the actual seconds of GPU time your model is running. There are no monthly fees, no charges for idle machines just sitting there. If you run a model for, say, 3 seconds, you pay for 3 seconds. That kind of transparency makes trying out new ideas basically risk-free. So look, the bottom line is this. Replicate's entire reason to exist is to just pull away all that complicated infrastructure stuff. They're the ones handling the GPUs, the dependencies, the scaling, all the maintenance, so that you can get back to doing what you actually want to do, which is building cool things with AI. Okay, this all sounds amazing, right? But is it the perfect choice for every single project out there? The answer, of course, is no. So let's get practical for a minute and figure out the exact scenarios where Replicate just totally shines, and maybe where you might want to look at something else. You should 100% be looking at Replicate if you're a creator or a hobbyist, maybe a startup. It's an absolute perfect fit if you want to play around with a ton of different models without any big commitment. If you have zero interest in managing your own GPUs, and if you need to build prototypes or add AI features to an app really, really fast, that pay-per-use model is going to be your best friend. But on the other hand, there are times to kind of pump the brakes. For instance, if your app has a massive, steady stream of requests, setting up your own servers might actually be cheaper in the long run. If what you need is the absolute fastest speed possible for text models, a specialized service like Groq is probably a better fit. And of course, a big one. If you have super strict data privacy rules, you have to remember that your data is being processed on their servers. And when you look at the whole landscape, you can see exactly where Replicate fits in. For just pure model variety, it's huge, it's unmatched. For ease of use, it's the clear winner, no question. But when you look at what each is best for, you start to see the trade-offs, right? Replicate just owns experimentation. Groq is all about raw speed. Fireworks is fantastic for production-ready large language models. And self-hosting, that's for when you hit that massive scale and you can justify the headache for the cost savings. So, if you're going to remember just 3 things, let it be these. First, Replicate gives you incredibly simple API access to thousands of models, just completely wiping out that setup barrier. Second, you manage zero infrastructure. They do it all. And third, all of this makes it a super flexible and fast solution for, well, anyone from a hobbyist playing around on a weekend to a startup building its very first AI product. And all of this really leaves us with one final and, I think, pretty inspiring question to think about. When all of those technical hurdles, all the cost, and all the complexity of running these amazing AI models are just gone, when they're taken out of the equation, what will you build? What are the ideas that you can finally bring to life?